Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion's challenge runs in the Binding of Isaac. This is a run today. You can probably tell the theme just by looking at it if I gave you like 2 or 3 seconds here, but this is going to be a Conquest run. So we are going to be role-playing essentially as the Horseman Conquest. So we've got the White Pony, Polyphemus, Bent Spoon, Mom's Eye, and Loki's Horn, and this allows us to constantly shoot in 4 directions with homing purple shots, which is what Conquest does. This is a run suggested by YouTube user Lukoizo. Like Luck O-I-Z-O. I hope I'm saying that right, because he basically came up with an ingenious solution. We've tried to do this Conquest or Pony run in the past, but it's been impossible. The only reason it started to work is because of this guy's suggestion, which is basically to use all these items in combination, which causes you to always shoot out in 4 directions as opposed to only shooting out in 4 directions occasionally. So thank you for that. You've come up with a solution to the problem that I did not know was even possible. So that's actually very welcomed, and I'm interested to see how this run works out. I mean, obviously we've got a lot of good stuff going for us. We're gonna probably breeze through these first few floors quite easily, but in compensation for that, there are some conditions to this run that some of you might consider a little draconian, perhaps. We are not allowed to go to item rooms. Well, we're allowed to go. We're not allowed to get anything from item rooms. We're not allowed to get anything from shops. The only way we can get items is via deals with the devil, or via boss rooms as well. So we can still get a lot of stat upgrades, a lot of HP upgrades, I'm hopeful, and maybe we'll be able to pick up something. Oh, that's excellent. Even though we can't go to shops, the money could potentially come in handy on a judgment or something. But, what was I going to say? Yeah, the other condition is that we absolutely cannot use any items that will take away from our existing tier effects. So if we, like, pick up Mom's... Let me think about this. If we pick up, like, Mom's Contact, which has a slowing effect, I think that would be beneficial. That would be totally kosher as well. But if we picked up, say, Brimstone, that would be not cool. Same with Mom's Knife, etc., etc. Technology, all of these are off limits because they take away from the spirit of the run for sure. I'm going to try to use Pony's active effect here. It actually didn't do anything for me. I probably should have used it to charge into Steven here. I think taking Little Steven is going to be okay, and taking Normal Steven is obviously going to be okay as well, because as it's just a damage upgrade in any case. So, this fight should be pretty easy. I mean, we're dealing an incredible amount of damage, and our shots are homing as well, so there's very little risk to us. We are going to get a damage upgrade, which is fantastic. It's going to allow us to do some extra damage. They're not purple anymore, but that's a very minor cosmetic change. And in terms of deals with the devil, I really do not want Monster Manuel, and I can't take it anyway, because it would get rid of the pony, and I do not want Guppy's Tail as well. So that's going to do it for the first floor here. Like I said, the first few floors here should be relatively easy, but after that is when the true difficulty is going to come in. So I'm hoping either we get some good deals with the devil, or we get the opportunity to basically just pick up another few damage upgrades, a la, you know, the Steven that we got already. And I like that we didn't get Little Steven, because I feel like that would have taken away from the aesthetic quality of the run so far, but I guess in the whole scheme of things it doesn't really matter, because as soon as we start it, it becomes, or as soon as we take anything, it becomes less of a pure Conquest run. But, you know, you've got to make those kind of compromises sometimes in the name of actually beating the game, because the run can be thematically cool, but if we can't actually succeed, then who cares? So apparently Goat Hoof, I always get this wrong, apparently it is not a damage upgrade, it's a speed upgrade, and similarly Curved Horn is not a speed upgrade, it's a damage upgrade. So don't blame me for that one. I've been misinformed many times in the past. As much as I've gotten positive feedback from commenters, I've also gotten some things that were not informative. They were actually genuinely misleading, whether on purpose or by that commenter's own mistake. So I take information that I get from commenters with a grain of salt these days. I'm somehow kind of getting my ass kicked against Gertie here, which doesn't seem like it should be the case considering the amount of items that I have and the amount of damage that I'm doing. So I'm hoping that we're going to get an HP upgrade here. A deal with the devil is probably out of the question, given the circumstances. I feel like the flies, for whatever reason, are impossible for me to deal with. There we go. We've kind of created a better situation for ourselves here. Flies are dead. Gertie will be dead soon. A minor crisis, which has now been basically contained. Almost got hit again there. Probably need like one more barrage. Maybe one more shot now. There we go. So again, hopefully we get an HP upgrade from our boss here, because I desperately need it. A range upgrade is not the end of the world, but our shots, you know, already basically reach the edge. You know, range upgrade if I'm on one side of the map might be beneficial. Were there any hearts that I missed? Because I am actually kind of in a sore spot with respect to my health right now. Apparently not. Okay, so I guess we're just going to go down to the next floor. Basically going to be speedrunning these early floors because, A, again, they shouldn't take me as long as the boss fight here did, sadly. But B, we don't really have any reason to stay on these floors longer than is absolutely necessary to beat the boss, provided we find it early enough. Because we can't go to the item room and we can't go to the shop. That was pretty terrible damage, but at least we compensated ourselves for it by getting some Red Heart coverage immediately. Red Heart coverage sounds like a sweet name for an insurance company or something. And so far, I mean, when I thought about this run at first, I'm like, man, we've got some pretty solid items. I really should have used White Pony a little faster there, but, you know, that's in the past now. I thought this would be like a really easy run, or at least a run where I had better chances than usual, but now I'm starting to feel, as things go on here, we're still not very far into the game. But I think I'm playing a little bit cocky, which always ends up with me getting egg on my face. And B, you heard that here, kids. Don't play with cocky or you get egg on your face. That was a cheap joke. I don't feel good about that. If I could kill one of these guys, I would feel a little bit better. They're just like in a permanent equilibrium where I can't kill them, but they can't hurt me, which is unfortunate for everyone involved, really. We'll see what that tarot card does. But yeah, I'm not playing very well, but in particular, I also feel like we're, you know, lacking some things that we're going to need in order to have good success moving forward. I'm not quite sure what we need. Definitely more HP. Obviously, flying is out of the question. So a passive item like the Relic from A Deal with the Angel would be awesome. We obviously can't take the Nail, so I don't know what we could possibly get in Deals with the Devil that would really benefit us that much. Can't take Mom's Knife, Brimstone, the Nail. We could take the Mark or the Pact. I mean, these would give us increased damage, which is really beneficial, because we're not doing quite as much as I thought we would be. Although I can't really complain. I mean, we do have Polyphemus and a damage upgrade on only the 4th floor. But yeah, we're just not... I'm not singing the funeral dirge for this run already. I'm just merely saying that it's not going to be as overpowered from the get-go as I initially considered it would be. Which is okay. That means we're going to have to work a little bit harder, which I am okay with. If you're okay with watching it, I'm okay with trying to make it happen, even though it is, in the end, out of all of our hands. I'm just happy to actually have control of which room I go to now. After that teleportation run, which, that was bad dodging again, which actually ended up working out okay in the long run, but it's nice to be able to choose where I go now, as opposed to before, where I was basically at the whim of the random number generator. What do we have for our boss here? Chubb. Alright, this is good. I'm going to try to use the active effect here reliably, like so. That actually did a decent amount of damage. I'm not sure if any of the Crack the Sky shots actually hit Chubb there, but the, you know, just phasing through his entire body probably hurt him a great deal. I can't believe I got hit there, but at least we're going to get back to full HP. And A Deal with the Angel, and a Tears upgrade. So beneficial, and the Bible. Not useful at all. So one of these things is not like the other, and sadly it's the thing that probably could have given us the greatest chance of moving forwards. Because the one really amazing Tears upgrade we could get that would not be against the spirit of this run is absolutely Sacred Heart. So if we'd gotten that, that would be awesome, but apparently it never shows up anymore. Our pill is ranged down, so the item that we got a little while ago is basically going to be neutralized now. But again, range not that important of a stat on this run right here. And thank God these are not the red fires that actually shoot at you, or I would not be able to employ this strategy, which is actually working out fairly well and allowing me to dodge these guys. These guys are not the hardest enemies you can face on the depths. The one exception to this is when you fight them on a very closed room. Oftentimes, I find myself just completely unable to avoid their attacks when they extend their necks in very small rooms, which I think is kind of unfortunate. It kind of feels cheap, like it's guaranteed health loss, but, you know, shit happens. There's an HP upgrade for 1 cent, basically the best deal from Judgment we could have hoped for, short of getting a, you know, a compass as well. That's unlikely. Compass probably pays for itself with respect to a heart upgrade over time, I would say. And we're just going to fight the boss. Again, we're just continuing to do this as fast as we can, basically. I'm imagining that overall, success or failure, or succeed or fail, this is going to be a fairly quick run. Because again, there's no incentive for us to explore, really, because I can't go to item rooms or shops. I think this is a smart decision from a balance perspective, but I do kind of feel a little underpowered. Maybe that's just because I'm always so used to having, like, Mom's Knife by this point, which is probably doing more damage than our Polyphemus setup is right now. We're going to get HP upgrade plus meat, which is tears and damage, I believe. So we're basically stacking damage upgrades, and with 6 red hearts, we're doing okay on that front. Just like on a raw statistical level. Although I do wish, you know, it's kind of a metric for our success right now, or a metric for our damage. I really wish we were killing bomb flies in 1 hit. I don't think we are. No, 2 hits. Okay. I mean, that's fine. Normally, it takes me a good deal longer than that, especially if I'm still trucking around near base damage. Yeah, you know what? We'll take Pinky Eye. We're going to get rid of it for the Polaroid on this floor, presumably. And we're going to be getting into this boss fight very quickly, but at least Pinky Eye worked for 1 room, and, you know, potentially will give us a little bit of benefits on the boss as well, but still. I hate getting trinkets so late in the game. And really, I almost feel like I still think the Polaroid is a bad mechanic in this game. Occasionally people have dissenting opinions on that, but I think that's the overarching feeling, is that if the Polaroid was out of the game, that would make the trinkets a little bit more viable, because as it is right now, I should just stand in the middle and just, like, hit every enemy that comes out. That's awesome. Just by standing still. Okay, so this is going to be very beneficial for us. But yeah, like, the trinkets are valuable, don't get me wrong. There's a couple of trinkets that are, like, fantastic towards, you know, predicting your success or your failure. Or determining your success or your failure, I should say. Or my success or my failure, I should say, because not everybody is bound by the will of the trinkets, I guess. Taking some bad damage here, but anyway, we're through with that. But it's kind of like we end up getting the Polaroid every single time if we want to go to the chest anyway. I could change that in the cheat engine, but it kind of alters the floors, which is not what I want to do. So I don't know. In the whole scheme of things, it's not a huge deal. I mean, it's still a great game, but I think the game would have a little bit more variety with respect to the trinkets, adding more varied options for runs, if you didn't need the Polaroid absolutely every single time. He almost got me with like a snipe shot from so far away there. That would have been embarrassing. So we are on the womb. That's a fairly quick run for us. Obviously, we're only at like 10 minutes here, but I'm not feeling too good about our chances for success overall. HP's doing okay, but it can whittle down pretty quickly when we get to these later floors. That's why I always like to rely on some form of Spirit Heart coverage, which it sounds like a competing. That's like Blue Shield versus State Farm or something. Red Heart coverage and Spirit Heart coverage, but you know, we're gonna do our best to make it happen. Here we are at 7 hearts. I've already gone over why that's both good and bad so far, but you know, the thing is, I would really love a good deal with the Angel on this floor. That would be what would really give me inspire a little bit more confidence. But truth be told, people always say confidence is so important. In some things in life, I absolutely agree. Spectral Tears, by the way, would be fantastic as well, so we could just hang out over rocks. That would probably be one of the few situations where a Ouija board is worth a heart, in my opinion. Some people probably feel differently about that. But yeah, when I have confidence in the Binding of Isaac, I oftentimes do a little bit worse. So being a little bit skeptical of my chances may actually be beneficial for us here. Although it's not feigned skepticism, I assure you. So again, we don't want the curved horn. We have to stick with the Polaroid. Our boss is going to be Bloat, which is obviously probably my least favorite boss to fight at this point in the game. Or at any point in the game, really. But if we can keep Bloat standing still for a while, which we can't, then that'll be good. If we can get him to move again, get behind him, and then... That's what I was hoping for there, just a chance to use the pony's active effect. Didn't do that much damage, but at least, you know, whittled him down a little bit. This guy is by far the most annoying boss that we could fight here, next to Champion Bloat, who is like a goddamn disaster at any point. Bloat is like a serious run killer, or has the potential to be, even with our skills and our run as good as it is right now. So we're gonna get a speed upgrade, not that beneficial, but we'll take it anyway. And our Angel Room is going to give us the Relic, which, quite frankly, is actually pretty strong. So we might have a better chance moving forward. It's not Sacred Heart, but it is a very good predictor of our success. I was so worried that that was exactly what was going to happen. I probably should have just used a bomb to kill him. But hopefully you understood my reasoning there. There is a secret room there, too. I can't believe I took damage on what is basically the easiest enemy in the game by the time you get to Utero. And I also can't believe these guys are still effing alive, but I've taken some stupid damage so far. Let's see if maybe we can redeem ourselves slightly on the secret room. Who knows what this has? Lots of money, which again is going to be largely useless unless we come across another judgment. I just left a cent in there to be like, fuck you, troll engine. So we have a boss trap room, which we can't go to unless we have a truly horrendous room here. By the way, there was one really interesting top-rated comment recently that was like... It was a challenge run suggestion that... Oh my god, I'm taking the worst damage. Gotta lose more confidence. Yeah, the challenge run suggestion was like 10-minute hero. It was like, take any items you want, but you have to beat the game in 10 minutes. I think... I thought about doing that run. There's two things holding me back here. One is... Wow, I am getting my ass kicked. I gotta focus for a second. High Priestess is okay. I was really hoping for a Lover's card, though. And again, one hit will kill us now. This could be the shortest run we've had in recent history. Believe it or not. Especially, oh, that is so helpful. We're gonna survive a little bit longer. This is almost worth the High Priestess. Instead, I'm just gonna use the pony, which I thought would work out in my favor there. Let me finish this room, and then I'll explain why I'm not gonna do that 10-minute hero run, at least not anytime soon. Get out of there! Just kill one, please. Any one of them. Okay, now my life's easier. That's much better. I'm not gonna do it because I think it would be too easy. I would just take Mom's Knife, Quad Shot, Polyphemus, and we basically every damage upgrade and every health upgrade, and then like Infinite Shovel, and it would be way, way, way too easy. So in order for that run to work, there need to be more restrictions, I think. As is, I mean, like, people would yell at me for taking all those items, but that's in the spirit of the run, because the run is like, just do what you can to finish. Please be full health. Balls of Steel, that's also pretty good. So yeah, that's the reason I won't be doing that run yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing if there's some more comments that perhaps have some logical restrictions that are not completely arbitrary that would help me out a lot in getting a run like that done, because I would like to do a run like that. I always love those short and super powerful runs. It's just hard to get conditions that make them work without being too overpowered or too underpowered. Like, what might make it work is being able to take, like, everything, but not being able to take the shovel, or at least not being able to have infinite item power. Otherwise, with infinite item... Oh, that was kind of bad. With infinite item power, I could just speed through every single floor. Basically only fighting, like, one boss the entire time, and that would be Blue Baby. And I would obviously take Compass and Map as well, because then I could just find Blue Baby quickly. But yeah, our damage would be through the roof. In any case, I don't think I need to go over this too much more. You guys probably understand what I'm talking about by this point. But yeah, if you have any suggestions for logical restrictions for that run, I would love to hear it, because that sounds like a run that I would like to do, but in its present state is not really in that position where it would be plausible, I would say, or likely, or even that satisfying, because again, I think everyone would just feel kind of cheated by the end of that run if I did it the way that I would probably do it at this point. So I'm doing bad with respect to health, or badly with respect to health, but Mom's Heart is going to be dead in like one hit, so there is a bonus there. We're going to at least get to the cathedral. The question is, are we going to be able to make anything happen on the cathedral? And I think the answer is possibly. High Priestess is going to be a really good card. Extra hearts are always beneficial. But yeah, High Priestess is going to be really useful against... Oh, that was awful damage. I hate this room. I hate this room. Yeah, High Priestess is going to be really useful against Isaac. The only question... Oh, careful. Is whether or not we're actually going to make it to Isaac, because I did lose 2 hearts on this room alone. One more hit should do it. If I could actually hit him, that would be awesome. Oh, 2 more hits. There we go, okay. And we got an extra half heart and an extra spirit heart. Thank you, Relic. It's at this point when I have to say, if we didn't have the Relic, we would probably be dead by this point. And I really just want to get you into the permanent laser state here, Monstro 2. Please make that a possibility for me. Otherwise, you're actually going to be one of the more difficult bosses. Red Monstro 2 is actually really annoying. He doesn't get enough credit for being a total pain in the dick. Once you get him in the laser state, I mean, he's basically the same as the regular Monstro 2, but before that, he can be a real pain in the ass. He cost us our Spirit Heart, but hopefully he'll drop some red hearts to compensate. He is a champion. Maybe he'll even drop a Spirit Heart. That would be beneficial as well. Well, 1 full red heart. Was it worth it? Probably not. And neither is this Gertie Jr. room, where I just very nearly got hit, but managed to outrun the shot that was coming for me. Now, I'm just going to hide out over this rock. Take as long as you want, Gertie Jr. I'm just standing still. Just trying to kill the flies, because I do worry about those. I'm just going to be ducking in and out as much as I possibly can to at least do some damage to these guys in the long term. And I hate doing this strategy, believe me. But I have to do it. Oh, that was close. Because otherwise I will probably take enough damage here to completely ruin my chances of success in the future. So it's going to be a long fight here. Oh my god, I took some more damage anyway. It's going to be a long fight here. But I'm going to do my best regardless. I can't believe I got hit again. I'm so tempted to use the High Priestess card on myself to end my life. These guys are just bouncing around here. Please, one of you has to be dead soon. I'm doing everything I can here to speed this up. They're all bouncing around like a pinball machine. It's making it... I got hit again? I thought I was over the rock. Oh, and of course they were both going to die on that last hit. Oh, man, we are probably done. Is it going to be Angel Fetus Room? It could be. It is Angel Fetus Room. All right. Well, in any case, thank you for that run suggestion from Lucoizo, which basically gave me the ability to do a Conquest run. I had a Conquest run. I'd like to do that run in the future. That was just a basically poor execution on my part, and maybe not the greatest items we could possibly get, but, you know, mostly my fault, not the troll engines. But in any case, thank you for suggesting the challenge run, and continue to do so. I will do the ones I deem, excuse me, we just swallowed a frog there, most entertaining or appropriate. But in any case, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.